Our first show of the season starts in Cold Lake, but like we opened up in Grande Prairie here a couple weeks before. So what brought you there to begin with, and just why Grande Prairie?
Well, to be honest, it was Calvin Fiddler's idea. He called me one morning and said there was a couple spots that opened up in Grande Prairie, so he told me that we'd split the cost and travel together. And after I entered up, he called me and said, sorry bro, I didn't enter. I was pretty well on my own, but it was a good choice. I mean, we just thought about it for a little bit, and then it was a no-brainer to go out there and get a head start on everybody, I felt like, a little bit. 5 days of racing, and just to have the boys ready 2-3 weeks before everybody else was hitting the track for their first show. So I'm hoping that's what's gonna happen.
You were looking to compete, but more or less just trying to figure some stuff out.
Yeah, and a little bit of both, right? Like, you go down there and you want to make a good impression, and I mean, just to see where you're sitting with everybody else in the world, right? And seeing where I was on the permit system, I would have made it on to the next one too. So I think it was all in all a good show, and I mean, it's so competitive over there, right? So that 2 seconds we got there just dropped us down 20 spots just like that. And I mean, I think it's like that for everybody, right? So any little mistake. I was doing the
math on that. I was like, oh shit. It's like that dropped a lot. Yeah. I didn't realize like the running was that tight.
Yeah, it's like around. You can get away with that over here, but I mean, over there, it's 2 seconds will cost you a show easily.
Yeah. So what did you think of the track and everything?
The track was probably one of the best tracks I ever ran on, honestly. Like, I know before they said it was kind of a train system there, and if you got the rail, then you probably won the race, and everybody just kind of followed behind. But I know this year, like those first 3 days it was dry or whatever it was anybody's game, right? It was four wide was just as good as on the rail. So when the rain happened, it changed things up a little bit, and all the running was on the outside. But I mean, just a beautiful facility for sure.
What'd you think of the crowd? Is that the biggest crowd you've raced in front of?
I'd say so. It was pretty tough not to look up. Like, I don't look into the crowd before races, but it was pretty tough not to there. I mean, I can only imagine what Calgary looks like now after seeing Grande Prairie and a full stands there for the night or two we had.
Good little warm-up for that.
Yeah. Well, and then like having the infield too, like it's so enclosed, right? And I mean, that's nothing compared to Calgary, but still have all that commotion going on while you're driving into the barrels and trying to keep everything calm and focused. I mean, it was a big eye-opener for sure.
Yeah. Let's take her back to day one. We drew the short barrel right off the get-go, number 4. What was going through your mind for that, or like what was your game plan opening it up?
It was pretty well the outfit I had on the dash last year, the year-end dash. I was missing my right leader off of that outfit. He was hurt last season, but this year I knew I had him, and I knew I had tons of run to play with. I knew they wouldn't barrel as hard, but I'd be barreling with them. So I wasn't trying to steal a rail or nothing, but I knew the run was there. Like, we sucked back and pulled in on the rail behind Logan, and I just waited for a hole, and as soon as the hole opened up, we took a run at her, and I think we finished 11th on the night.
Logan Norris down there in front. Look at this race for second place, Kobe Stanley.
Yeah, gave a good run to Logie there for. It's kind of like the redemption from the dash all.
Yeah, like
5 days to try to get that redemption again.
It's always a nose with Logie. Like, if he's not beating me, it's a nose, and I just can't seem to get him. But that's the goal this year. Whether it's in Grande Prairie or Lloyd Finals, I think those are the only ones we'll be running against him. But I'm gonna get him.
Yeah. Then day 2, we moved the long barrel, the money barrel, against the fastest in the world. How did that feel, being on that?
Well, we put an outfit together that we never even drove together. That was the first time, and like that big dock horse I got, he's a first-year horse, and just pulled my arms off, and I was a little worried I wasn't gonna get stopped in time, but we did. We ended up getting them stopped, and they fired and turned well, and I just about jackknifed the top, I think, and I seemed to drive out of it. But yeah, we had a good run there too. I mean, it was 3-4 of us across the line, I think, and I mean, every night there, it felt like we were all right there and it was anyone's race. But I think I had, that was that horse's first race. So he got his first one under his belt, and we ended up using him on the 4 too. So he's ready to go for Cold Lake.
Yeah. That was the day Stove Man got them 2 seconds
the
on that
Stove
new
Man.
Babes there. And
We sent a new horse on the barrel 1, and I don't put the blame on the rider usually, and that's just how I am. But I shouldn't have put him on the 1, and that was sort of my call too. So I do take blame for that, and I don't know if that's just the kind of guy I am, but it always comes back to me, I feel like.
You forced me on that Sunday. Yeah. And then day 3, we moved to barrel 2, so we're kind of, we got the 2 main hitters out of the way, right? The long barrel, the short barrel, then kind of settling in.
Yeah, and and every day in Grande Prairie, we drove a new outfit. That was the coolest part about it. Like, we never drove the same outfit twice. And that second day, we drove a brand new right leader and a brand new, what was he?
Was that race cars debut?
No, it wasn't race cars. I think I just used the new right leader that day. And the other boys were some of the older boys, and we barreled with them. I mean, for some reason, my outrider pulled the lead team to the left at the horn, but we drove out of it. And yeah, I mean, we barreled with everybody and ran with everybody to the 4th. And I don't know what it was, but we did have a couple of horses get sick up there. And like one was bleeding from his nose, and we couldn't figure out why. If it was the feed, it could have been the black dirt that was there too.
That dust was pretty nasty.
The dust was bad, and it was really hot and dry out. And he's the one that always has his foot in the trough, so I'm thinking maybe he was a little dehydrated and he was too busy pawing instead of drinking. So they didn't finish at all, like, and those are my hardest running horses. So it wasn't too pleasant to see those guys not being able to finish that track. And yeah, that was about how the whole race went there.
A little bit the same too on day 4, hey, off that 3 barrel.
Yeah, and that's the same thing there. Like after day 2, like our 3, I kind of hooked for some run on the barrel 3. So at that outfit there, I figured they wouldn't barrel as hard, but they would run really hard. And we barreled with them again. Like every day we were right there with them, and they didn't have the run coming home either. I mean, we stuck with them. I think we held the lead for most of the race, and then everyone just kind of peeled out on us and left us in the dirt. But those horses, yeah, like I said, after day 4, we realized that there was some pretty dehydrated ones, I think it was. And like I said, we didn't look into it too far about what else was causing it, but they sure weren't running the way they should be.
Okay, so after 4 days, you do the redraw, and you get the 4 barrel again, kind of what you opened up with. So were you thinking of doing kind of the same hook for that, or did you shake it up again?
You can't really plan when, easy guy. You can't really plan on...
I'm just like picturing the cut. The whole video, you're just petting the rabbit, and then finally there's going to be an easy guy. Sorry.
Okay, I don't know how long I can stay serious still.
Yeah, that looks good.
I don't know if I can do it, but we're going to try. It's just hard to stay serious with a fucking rabbit in your hand.
Okay, so go on, day 5.
So day 5, we wanted to hook this outfit that we've really been thinking about, but like the 2 big right wheelers I have, we were going to hook them together, and that's when we found the one. He wasn't too well, so we ended up pulling him out and putting Chisel on. And he was my left leader last year, and this year I've been putting him on the left wheel, and he's just a trusty horse. He gives me the same trip every time. And for the lead, I put on that chestnut outfit that the lead team that I hooked on day 3 off the barrel 2. And they're really floppy. Like, I've never had a lead team turn the way they do. Like, they turn on a dime. And yeah, we crunched the barrel in the practice turn. I remember that. And we were really hoping it wouldn't go that way. But I knew I just had to drive them out a little bit more. And sure enough, we did. And like, I made a pretty tight turn on the top barrel, and we were in and out of there. And well, we stuck 4 wide though. Like, the running was wide, so I kind of knew to just stay out there. This time I wasn't pulling in, so we stuck 4 wide and held the lead all the way. And Darcy Flatt ended up coming up on the rail and just nosing me out for the dash for cash pay that day. Is what it was. So he got me for double of what I got anyway.
Any kind of closing remarks, I guess, about like Grande Prairie and like where your head's at now that you've had 5 days under your belt before the other competitors in the CPCA. So it's like, how are you feeling going into the CPCA season?
Well, a lot more confident. I mean, I knew what I had in the barn, but it's really nice. Like in recent years, it was always 1 to 3 shows I'd have a lot of trouble, and just trying to figure out outfits. And it's just getting to the track too late, right? So this year, I mean, showing up early, and this weekend as well. Like I have next weekend, I have a weekend off, and I'll go into the track and hook there as well. And no, we'll be ready to go for Coal Lake. I mean, I kind of know what I want to hook and how I want to hook them, so it's nice to have that little bit of a head start this year. So I think we should have a much better start.
Right on. And then any sponsors you wanted to thank for the Grande Prairie show?
Oh, we definitely got to thank Brian Grant and the Grande Prairie Airport. I mean, it's how we do it. We can't do it without them, and it's a sponsor-driven sport for sure. I mean, that's a lot of money to make an 8-hour trip or 10-hour trip, whatever it was, up there and home, and just making sure everybody's fed. He fed us Chinese food, and it was probably the best Chinese food I've ever had. So, no, I'm looking forward to maybe working with him in the future as well. So, thanks, Brian.
Right on.
But it's time to move on. I never dreamed she'd take that far.
It's like Rambo, he's ice cold in his new outfit over there.
What's $5? That's my first. Oh, that's good.
50-50 split. He does all the work.
Yeah, I have to go.
I've got the money.
Oh,